The Ambulance Advisory Committee was unable to vote on items as some committee members were absent from Thursday's meeting. Colin Vidros was at the meeting today and earlier, and he has the latest.
Under Louisiana Revised Statute 12231, in order for a transaction of business to happen during a meeting, there must be a majority of the meeting's members present. That was not the case in Thursday's Ambulance Advisory Committee meeting within the Rapides Parish Police Jury, in which the committee was unable to vote on agenda items. The meeting counted only 7 members present. However, the committee has 14 members in total. A plan to establish Rapides Parish's ambulance provider or providers has been the key discussion by committee members for several months as a parish-wide contract with Acadian Ambulance expires. During its October 31st meeting, the committee showed and discussed a map with expected estimated response times throughout the parish in order for the police jury to have guidance on making a final decision. The final map was approved after minor changes and comments from representatives from the towns of Ball and Woodworth. The Ambulance Advisory Committee is set to meet once again on November 21st at 11 a.m. For News Channel 5, I'm Colin Vidros.